A very warm good morning to all my dear students. So I hope you all are fine. So as I had already told you yesterday, today we are going to begin with the chapter Articles from your textbook. The chapter number is 9, and as I already told you that you have got it in class 5 also and even in your previous classes. So you have a slight concept, or I rather you know it quite well what articles are. But before I start with the chapter explanation, I want to give you a few advices, or I want to discuss certain things. The most important advice that I'll give you, which I already told you yesterday, is that don't try to by heart grammar. It's not going to be useful. You need to understand the concepts. This year you don't need to learn any definitions of any of the concepts of grammar. You just need to understand them properly. For your exams, no definitions are going to come. So you don't need to learn the definitions, but you need to understand everything that I tell, and please listen very carefully to whatever is being explained to you. Now, before I start articles, let us talk about English alphabet. English alphabet has 26 letters. Now this is something which most of the students make a mistake. When you are asked like how many alphabets are there in English, most of the students reply that there are 26 alphabets. But my dear students, it's wrong. English language has one alphabet which has 26 letters, and these 26 letters are divided into vowels and consonants. So the vowels, you all know, they are A, E, I, O and U, and the consonants are B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z. So when we come to articles, this is the basis on which articles are distributed. So now I shall start explaining you the chapter from your book. So the first line that you have in your chapter is words such as a, an and the are known as articles. So you all know that a, an and the are the articles. An article always comes before the noun in a sentence. So whenever we use an article, we need to be very careful to put it before a noun. We cannot put it before anything else. Now noun, I'm quite sure that all of you know what a noun is. Noun is a name. Name of anything is noun, isn't it? So whenever you have a noun, it's there where you put the article. Now articles are divided into two kinds. One is called the indefinite article and the other is called the definite article. So which are the articles which come under indefinite article? A and N. And under definite article you have the. So we will talk first about indefinite articles. So the word indefinite means something about which we are not sure. So it's in general terms. Like if I say, give me a book, then I'm not talking about any particular book. I can take any of the books from you students. If I'm in the class and I ask you, give me a book, any of you can come up and give me a book of yours and I'll take it. So I'm talking about general noun. So indefinite, it's not sure. So that is an indefinite article which tells us about nouns in general. A cow is grazing in the field. So I'm talking about a cow in general. I'm not talking about any particular cow. But when we come to definite article, at that time we point out about one particular noun. Like I told you, give me a book, then I'll accept any book that you give me. But if I say, give me the book lying on the table, then will I take any other book? No. I will take only the book which is lying on the table. So this is the difference between indefinite article and definite article. In indefinite article, we talk about nouns in general sense, And in definite article, we talk about a noun in particular. When we talk about one particular noun or one particular group of noun, then we use the. So this is about indefinite and definite, an introduction about indefinite article and definite article. Now let us talk and elaborate about indefinite articles. Like as given in your book, an indefinite article modifies any common noun in its singular form. So let us make it very simple. Let us not use these terms, like let us not concentrate on the definition, because what happens when we concentrate more on definitions, the things become a little harder for us to understand. So what is an indefinite article? Any article, the article, not any article, the article which tells us in general about one noun. So if I say a boy, it means one boy. If I say an elephant, it means one elephant. So in general, when we talk about any one noun, then we use indefinite article, because I already told you indefinite means you are not particular about something, you are not pointing out at something. When you say indefinite, it can be anybody, but when it is definite, you are pointing out at somebody with surety. You know about whom you are talking. So when we say indefinite article, it's always used with a singular noun in general. Now, in your book, you have when do we use indefinite articles? We use a and n before countable nouns in their singular form. Now, what are countable nouns? Any noun that we can count. Okay. So, say for example, if I say boys, girls, we can count. If there are 5 boys, I can count and I say there are 5 boys. But if I have a glass of water and I ask you to count it, you cannot count that there are 5 waters in the glass. We cannot count it in that way, isn't it? So, a and n is only used in case of countable nouns, that too when it is 1 in number and not more than that. So, before countable nouns in their singular form. Next, to define or describe a person or an object. If I say, like here you have an engineer. So, say for example, let us make a sentence with an engineer. He is an engineer. So, I am describing this person, he, or let us give him a name, Raj. Raj is an engineer. So, I am describing Raj by saying that he is an engineer. So, I am using the word engineer to describe Raj, and because engineer is countable and it is 1, and because Raj is also one person, I am using an before it. And since E is a vowel, therefore I am using an. If suppose here you have another example, a student. Now if I say Raj is a student, then I am using a because S is a consonant. So this is the second place where you, second rule of using a and n. Third, when proper noun is used as a common noun. Now this is a bit difficult, so today I will not explain this. I'll explain this in my next class. I'll take only this point and explain it clearly so that you understand it better. So I'll not explain this point, and the next one we will do it in our next class. But I'll explain you something else which is also important for you to know. Articles, as I have said you, has to be used with vowels and consonants. Now, what is important for you to understand is, it's not only about vowel or consonant, it is about the pronunciation of how you use it. Okay, so vowel pronunciation uses a or an. I have given an example, an honest man. Here, the word honest has started with H, but yet I am using an. But an is used with vowels. You don't have A, you don't have E, you don't have I, you don't have O, you don't have U. But still I have used N. Why? Because when I pronounce it as honest. O-N-E-S-T. Therefore, an honest man. Similarly, when I say a 1 rupee note, here I have O. That means I should have used an 1 rupee note. But I did not do that. Why? Because when I pronounce 1, I don't pronounce it as O. When I say A-E-I-O-U, when I say O is a vowel, then I pronounce it as O and therefore it's a vowel. But when I used O in this word, then I'm not pronouncing it as own. I'm pronouncing it as one. So the spelling is actually W-A-N. The spelling of the pronunciation of one is W-A-N. And W is a consonant. Therefore, I am putting A1 rupee note. Similarly, a university. When I say a university, you might be thinking that A-E-I-O-U. U is the pronunciation. Then why a university? Now students, when we pronounce the letter U, we don't pronounce it as YU. We pronounce it as EU. This is the pronunciation of the letter U. When we pronounce U, we actually pronounce, when we pronounce a letter in the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, in that way when we pronounce a letter, it is U, that is EU. As soon as we put it in this word, university, its pronunciation changes and it becomes YU, where Y is a consonant. Therefore, it is a university. So, any word with U pronunciation, university, unicorn, uniform, universe, unity, all these never uses N but A, because the pronunciation changes into YU. But why is it a vowel? Because when we pronounce it as a single letter, we pronounce it as EU. So, therefore, it is a it is used as a vowel, but when we use it in this kind of words, we use A before it. So, that's it for today. I hope my students, you all have understood. So, just go through this, note down whatever I have told you. If you think it's important for you, obviously it is important. These things that I have just shown you, you can note down them in your copies. So, thank you and have a nice day.